Hi, this is JilliBling. How are you? I have a project from the upcoming catalog, the annual catalog, that will go into effect May 1st. It's almost here, and here is Hearts and Hugs. So you've probably heard me say I'm not going to get any more animal sets, but you can see one of the first things I'm using is the cutest animal set ever, and I do like it. And I'll probably say again, I'm not getting any more animal sets, and I probably will, because that seems to be the trend for the past year and a half, actually longer than that. But it's just adorable, and it is a bundle, so it comes with dies to cut out all the images, plus a couple extra, including some little flower stems, and then little flowers to go on top of them. I'll show you here in just a minute. So this is the stamp set. Also on one of these, because if you were going through a rough time or sick or had a surgery or end up with cancer, isn't it great to know that people are right there by your side and you probably want a hug? So Comforting Thoughts is a great stamp set just to have on hand because you never know when it's going to come up. So I'll be using that. Sweetly Scripted, because when I saw the walruses, I just thought that's probably how I look on the beach, like a walrus. And I do love my husband, and anniversary time is coming up, so I thought that would be a great anniversary card. And the dies I'm using is, I think this is Unbound. I don't even have it labeled. This is in the new catalog too. And look at all these dies, and you could tell I've used quite a few more already. I think it's called Unbound Love dies. And they're wonderful. So I'll show you that here in just a minute. And then Countryside Corner dies. And I don't know, it's kind of a sleeper in this die set. You probably just recognize this shape. But there's also this shape right here. This shape. That is in Countryside dies. And Stylish Shapes, which I use all the time. I probably should invest in a second set just to have it on hand, because it comes with circles, squares, and these little flags. And Spotlight on Nature. This is another one I probably should invest in a second one, just because there's all kinds of nesting dies. And see this large shape? It's the same size as this. And they layer on top of each other really nicely, and it's always great to have an alternate too. So I'll be using those. And it seems like a lot, but if you just use 3 of them right here, it's not so much, but when you add up 4 cards, there's a lot of pieces. Okay, so here's a, oh, did you notice it's a fun fold? These are the colors. So it goes in the envelope just fine. Oh, and this is the one I did as if you were going through a medical issue. These are the colors I used to color this. So you're not alone. And aren't those badgers cute? Fun fold. And then on the back, thinking of you, praying for you, hoping with you. And then the little hearts that come in this bundle. So that's one of them. And this one is using new papers. I'll show you the papers in just a minute. And Pretty in Pink. This one is using Peach Pie. Once again, the new papers. These are the walruses. I could just hug you. And these are the Glossy Gems, which are perfect for kind of saying water drops. But it's not water-based. You don't see a beach scene. And then open it up. And on the back, there's a walruses with love. Happy anniversary. Oh, did I show you that stamp set? Sweetly Scripted is an online exclusive. Great words. A lot of fun. And you don't have to have it stretching that far. You could, say you want speedy recovery, you could make it really short. Ooh, that would be great for here. I'd send you a hug, speedy recovery. But you don't have to have it all stretched out if you don't want to. Okay, so there's that one. And then another pretty in pink one, and this time I used the opposite, the back side of these papers. This is very calm because the colors are very similar. This is the back side. It's a little crazy, and the little mouse is a little crazy, but the mouse is in all kinds of flowers. Thanks. Oh, this is the Unbounded Love die. And then these are the flower dies that come with this bundle. Aren't those just the sweetest little things? So we'll do that today too. Oh, so much fun. Oh, and another difference is this one, when it closes, there's this panel that you can see in pretty in pink. When it opens, you don't see it at all. So I'm like, well, what if I just scooch it over? So this was the next one. And I scooched it over quite a bit, but you could still see a little bit of the pretty in pink card side. But it still fits into the envelope just perfect. I have to say, probably shouldn't have put rhinestones and dimensionals on the back, or iridescent pearls, because when I feel it, it's like, that is thick. Okay, so this one has just a little bit showing. And then this one, I put it right to the side here, but it still opens just fine. So you can probably tell the difference in right here, how much is showing of the designer paper. So whatever you like, however you like it, it's good. Okay, so I want to do another one in peach pie, and there's one other animal, critter. So we use the mouse, use the walrus, use the badger, so I want to use the chipmunk. So before Tony left for work, I said to him, hey, before you leave, put on your glasses and come identify these animals. He's like, I don't know. He goes, just search. Search for rodents. I'm like, but they're not all rodents. I don't think this is a rodent. And he says, I think that's a badger because of the tail. This one we determined is a mouse. I think from the very beginning I thought it was a mouse. This one we were stumped on. And he said, look for a burrowing animal. It's one of those. And I found chipmunk on Google. Doesn't that look like this right here? Because of the cheeks, the little ears, the fingers are about the same. It doesn't show the tail, which is fine. But chubby cheek chipmunk. Therefore, I'm thinking it's a chipmunk. Okay, let's go. So this is a paper, Unbounded Beauty, and it is beautiful. I'm ready for, oh, if ever you look at this card, this is what that paper. So this is the paper. These are all the pieces. Trying to get all the open ones. So you can see this one, which we used, the striped in Petunia Pop, this in Summer Splash. That's a back side. What else? That's cute. Cute. Oh, look at the back side of this one. Sparkly paper. That doesn't come with it. I think that's it. And then, of course, the ones we're using today. And I did a video on this about a week ago, maybe a little longer than that. Okay, so we'll have to do a little bit of scoring. Ooh, not much room. Okay, so these are for the flowers and the stems. This is for stamping, and I will show you all the paper cut sizes, and then I'll hold this up with one of the cards. And I'll also type out the paper cut sizes and put them on my blog, JilliBling.com. Okay, so these are for the circles. And the circles are right here. And the big circle is 3.5 by 3.5. The little circle is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I have those ready to roll. Okay, this is for the back. And the back is 5 1/4 by 4. And this piece right here, maybe, I'm getting my nails done tomorrow. We waited too long. Mama's coming back from vacation today. So we're going tomorrow. So that is for this right here. This movement on top piece. And that is, top is 4 1/4 by 3.5. We have 2 pieces of designer paper. This one fits right here. So I'll call this designer paper small. Top 4 by 3 1/4. And then this paper, which is for, right back here, is 4 by 4. Okay, so let's do the scoring. The base paper is cut to 4 1/4 by 11. And we're going to score it. And after I do this, I'll hold up the measurements so you could do a screenshot. Okay, so score it at 5 1/2. Six 7/8. 8 1/4. 9 5/8. You know, in school, I did pay attention to fractions, and I'm so happy I did. There's so many things that I did not pay attention to, like history. I can't seem to remember any of it. Fractions, multiplying them, dividing them, adding them. I could do that. How convenient is that? Oh, in this card, in this layout, I need to give credit to Stacey Marsh. So the card we're going to be doing today, she did it in the pink tones, pretty in pink. And we'll be doing her card with just a few little changes. But then you could see how they're changed around a lot. But thank you, Stacey Marsh, for sharing your creativity. I love this. Okay, here we go. So there it is. Screenshot. Can you see it all? Okay, we're good. Okay, so this paper all scored. So I'll fold it in half. And you see that I use my score tool, but sometimes you have to make sure that the top and the bottom are lined, and it should be just fine. But if ever you go to fold it and you notice like there's a big old gap over here, this is the time to make sure that it's kind of straight. We'll just make it easy for putting the card together later. And one note before you start assembling is put your designer paper on here first. And I say that just because this little box we're going to make right here, it lays right on top of the designer paper. And if you don't put this piece on first, it's going to be hard to push it underneath there. And this is 4 by 4, so it doesn't matter what direction. Ooh. Oh. See, that's getting kind of crazy. I'm trying to keep, I'm going to stay with the peach pie. The peach pie colors. Just because I love the crazy prints, but I think it makes, if you use colors that are a little bit more calm, then you look at the focal point a little bit more. For this one, you really see the walruses. And these are the colors we'll be doing now. This one, because the colors are a little bit soft, the pattern, the print, you see the badgers. This one, on the other hand, it is happy, it is a lot of happy, but there's a lot going on. I still like it though. Okay, so this is on. So let's do our box part now. So I'm going to put glue all over here, especially right up to the edges. And I have you putting it right up to the edges because, for instance, right here, if I didn't get it right up to the edges, this whole box might be kind of lifting off just a bit. We don't want that. We want it to be fully down. So I'm going to put it right there to the edge. This edge in here, it doesn't matter so much. But this one, there's a lot of, not really pressure, but we want that stuck down. Okay, so this piece is going to go right here. So kind of fold it down, and then fold it in half. And at this point, I feel that this is laying flat. I don't know why. That's up a bit. So, most important is to have it completely flat. I'm going to fix this little problem right here, just by flattening it out. But most important, you want it to fit into your envelope. So if you do that, it will fit in just fine. Okay, and just let it dry a little bit. I don't know why I did that. I like to think I folded things pretty well. Okay, that's good. Dry. Okay, now we can build this. So I'm going to attach these pieces. Designer paper. Beautiful, crazy designer paper, heavily patterned. And put this right here in the middle. Okay, so the question is, we're going to put glue all over this panel right here. Do you want it right to the edge? Where should it be? I think I like it covering up this score line. How about right there? Okay, so no matter where you decide you want this panel, this part here that's up like the table, we want glue all over this. And you could use tear tape or any strong adhesive. Glue, glue, glue. Okay, now is the time. And this panel is 4 1/4, just like the card base. So let's put it, how about right here? So there'll be just a little bit of overhang right under here. Okay, so here we are. I'm looking at the camera to make sure you can see. And there it is. Okay, so what else do we have here? There's not really that many pieces. This is for the back. I could put this on, but let's wait just a minute. And on all of them, I used my blending brush and Pool Party stamp pad. And I did just a hint of Pool Party to kind of make it look like they're out in the wilderness and a little bit of sky. Same with these. And same here. On the back, I did the same thing. Might be hard to see, but I have Pool Party back behind the walruses. And I did the Pool Party blending brush first. Then I stamped right over the top. And they still have plenty of white in them. If you're really heavy with the Pool Party blending brush, then it might be a problem. But if you're light with it, it's fine. No blending brush here. This one has blending brush, just in the corner. I really like that. Okay, so How about just in the middle? Blending brush. And you know I found, because it seems that I naturally go counterclockwise, if you can, do it one direction, do it another direction, if you can. And then if you can, up and down. And I say that just because now the bristles are fully coated with Pool Party ink. And then go counterclockwise, clockwise. And I'm not worried about getting perfectly blended smooth, because there's going to be quite a bit covering all this, just like with all of these, that if there was a hole, like I always seem to get a hole in the center, you wouldn't really notice it. Okay, and let's stamp. Which one do we not have yet? Chipmunk. Chipmunk, right on here, in Memento, because we'll use the blends to color it in. Chipmunk, and this stamps so nice. I love it. I think it's because it's the cling stamp, the red rubber. Because I didn't need to flip it over. But wait till I show you this. Either it's windy out there or someone is at garage. But look how nicely that stamps. Isn't that cute? Chipmunk. Okay, and so there's dies for each of the critters. And what is this one? That's not it. Oh, these are the badgers. This is Chipmunk. It perfectly cuts them out. And I have them colored, and we'll do another one on the inside for coloring. So this goes here, or not the inside, I guess it would be the back. Oh, and you know, this is the tiny little die from Countryside Corners. And because it's solid, it's hard to stamp and then die cut over the top of it because you can't see through it. So if you're going to use this one, and it's really cute, die cut it 2 or 3 or 4 times so you have a whole bunch of samples laying there. And then I was using a polymer stamp. Put your cutout piece on something, a darker color, for instance, Shy Shamrock, and pretend like there is nothing stamped on here. Ink it up, then you could see through because it's polymer, and you could stamp on it. And if you've got 2 or 3 different die cut pieces, banners, you'll probably get one that will work just fine. Okay, so we're getting close. So this one, I have this stamped, sending a big hug, and I'm just going to hand cut it. You're like, what? Just so it's kind of close. And because it's box letters, I think it makes it a little bit easier to cut. And if it isn't perfect, the human eye is perfect at making imperfect things perfect. Okay, so when I hold this up, you'll be like, look, you did just fine. But if I were really critical and critiquing this, no, I didn't. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for today. Isn't that cute? Let's start assembling this. So this can go, where should it go? Maybe right in the middle? Right in the middle. Right in the middle. One time I used my glue and I put a heart on the back of it. And every time I do that, I always mess up and I had to pull it off. And I'm like, well, there's a heart there. So I'm not doing that anymore. I might be thinking it, but I'm not going to do it. Okay, so no hearts, just glue. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, so now these pieces here, let me show you what we got going on. There's 4 flowers, 2 big ones and 2 little ones. These 2 are together. Here's another big one, single, another little one, single. Let's cut out 4 of those. And the stems and grass. So here's the grass and these stems, and they turn out so cute. You're like, what is that little ball on there? That little ball is perfect for attaching your flowers. So I'm going to do 2 bunches of greenery in Shy Shamrock, and then on the other cards I used Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink. This time I'm going to use just 4 flowers in Petunia Pop. Here we go. Look how cute that is. And you should see the detail on here. Can you see the detail in the leaves? It's just so cute. So these are going to go here and here. Then these flowers are going to go on. Okay. And I'm going to do this just like Stacey Marsh did, where she had these side by side. So I'm going to put glue just down at the bottom where the grass is. And I'm not sure if she did it this way, but I love how it turns out. Okay, right there. Oops, a little bit closer. So I'm going to have my chipmunk cover up the 2 center stems. Then this one goes right there. Is that just the cutest? Okay. Dimensionals. More than I probably need. So this can go, I'm thinking about where the flowers are going to be. I'll put it, so chipmunk is down a little bit lower, and then I'll put these flowers on. 4 flowers, 2 big, 2 little. And to put these on with this one, it worked out really well, where I put a dimensional underneath the Shy Shamrock, and then I put the flower right over the top. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. Okay. Mini dimensional, and I'll put it right underneath this little circle. On all of them. And that kind of makes the stem go from being glued to being like up a little bit higher. You know, you gotta have your cartoon characters a little bit realistic, right? And as I'm looking at these now, I didn't think about this earlier. It's like, well, that's not much for the flower to hang on to. I probably should have done this on the other one, but that's okay. So now they really have something to hang on to. Okay, and I'm going to try to do it this time because I went overboard with the iridescent pearls on this one, and I really like how it looks, but I'm going to try to do it without bling. It's so hard. So I will take this one, and notice how there's a little hole right in the middle of the flower. So when I put that on here, I could see the green through there, but I really don't want to. So I'm going to put it up just a little bit high. Maybe. So I don't see the green. I do see the dimensional, but that's white, like the background. Well, okay, this one will have green. Once the glue dries, it'll have green. Maybe I should just do them all green. I'll do them all green. All green. That sounds like Walgreens. All green. That looks a little natural when the green shows through. Or you could bling it. I don't think you could do wrong. Okay. Isn't he just the cutest? He doesn't even have words on him yet. And this is going to, when it dries clear, that's going to be good. Okay, so sending a big hug is going to go on. How about with one mini dimensional in the middle, and then the edges with glue. So it kind of looks a little 3D like. Right in the middle, like he's holding it. And this one is a pretty much true copy of Stacey, but Stacey used a different designer paper. I think she used one of the new ink color designer papers. Okay, so I'm going to hold this down so it's 3D. If it stays, we're good. We can move on to the back. But if I just let it sit, and if it pops up, I'll let the glue dry for maybe a minute, and then I'll stick it down, and the glue will be a little bit more, I want to say the word grippy, but that's not right. Okay, and so on the back, should have had more of a plan. Sending a big hug. Oh, this is cute. So it's there when you need it. That's really cute. Okay, so that the words can go up here. And at the bottom I did one that had all kinds of hearts. Oh, and I want to do another chipmunk. This one is doing just fine. Okay, another chipmunk. Okay, the chipmunk could go down here. Excuse me. So I started taking allergy pills. But I hear it takes 10 days for him to start working. So now I have a cough drop in, but hopefully it gets better. It was embarrassing. Every time I started to talk, I'd have like a coughing fit. You all were so nice. Nobody's like, do something about it. I did. So it's there when you need it. Sending a big hug. I kind of want it coming out of, how about this? Okay, can I stamp straight? I'm going to test. So if ever you're in doubt about your stamping abilities, ink it, and I'm using the bottom of my paper. It looks maybe a little high on this side. I'm going to try one more time. Okay. I think I have it. I think I dropped it too low, but I don't think anyone will know. Oh, I was going to do that down here. Okay. Do over, and then I'll take whatever one is best. Well, I can kind of see him through here. Okay, he's going to go over here. Oh, I stamped that one straight. This is the winner. Okay. And then little hearts. And that is so cute. Oh, I didn't do the blue swoosh. I'll let the memento dry a little bit and then I'll do some pool party swoosh. Where should I do the swoosh? How about behind chipmunk? What color did I color chipmunk? See, I'll do the swoosh really light because his feet have white on them and his face has white on it. His tummy doesn't. Okay. That's enough. And then a bit of coloring. Okay, so the colors are slate. Oh, I want to do the hearts in Petunia Pop. Oh, look how cute this is turning out. So the green showing through the flower center, it is very cute with the pearls on it, but it's also very cute with the green showing through. Okay, so his body is slate. So I'll start with, I learned something a bit new, where if you do just one area at a time, for instance, I'll do his head. And then, before it has a chance to really dry, go back with the darker color, and you don't have to do any of the blending. Because the ink is still wet, it blends it for you. Okay, so you see I'm going over a second time. Now, I'm going to go with the dark and put in where I think shadow should be. Okay, that worked out pretty good. I could go back and do a little bit of blending, but I'm going to leave it. Okay, so now I'm going to do his tummy and his arms. So I'll do just a little area. Just this area. One layer, 2 layers, okay, and shadows. See, that worked pretty good. Okay. And I know that when I do smoky slate light, I could get it to blend just fine. It's just mixing the 2 colors. 1 layer, 2 layers, I might do 3. Well, I'm at day 3 of allergy pills. Hold on. Okay, cough drop back in. Sorry about that. Okay, so, oh, that's dark. Smoky slate. But what's good is one color will cover another color. So, if I go over this with light a few times, I'll be able to cover that smoky slate dark. And there it is. It's covered. This marker is running out of energy. I really should get another marker. Okay. But I covered the smoky slate dark. Okay. Now the other side. I'll do this all. Oh, my marker is running out of energy. Okay, and while it's wet, do the dark. Okay, there it is. Okay, and now a little bit of petal pink. Just down here, just a little bit of it. Maybe in the ears. Bo probably heard me say that word, ears, and he's like, no, don't get my ears. He's got floppy ears. So every once in a while I have to put a little bit of stuff in them. Okay, just a hint on the hands and feet. And then color lifter to kind of soften this. Okay, and the nose I did in Moody Mauve Light. He's so cute. Isn't he cute? Okay, and then the hearts. I'm going to do them both in Berry Burst and Pretty in Pink. So, let's see, Berry Burst. How about this one? And I'm just doing a little V down at the bottom. And this one. And that one. I'm just doing every other one. Probably should have used Petunia Pop. On the back of the paper, the designer paper comes in where it says the name. Underneath it, it conveniently tells us what colors they used in the paper. Okay, and now Pretty in Pink Dark. And Pretty in Pink Light. So now hopefully when I put this on the back of the card and the front of the card will have a little bit of similarities in colors. Oh, it's like I colored him in perfectly, huh? Okay, so this goes on the back. It's so cute. Okay, here we are, today's project. So you receive it, kind of open it, flip it over for the greeting. Okay, that's it for today's project. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.